Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday morning. Usually, I make fun of people, I criticize people and what they're doing, and I am going to do that today, but it's on a much more serious note. Usually, the Cleveland Browns, the organization in terms of football, they're usually an easy target because they haven't won. I mean, they went through 2 seasons where they won a total of 1 game. But I really am beyond disappointed in their organization. So, Chris Smith is probably not a very well-known player in the NFL. He got drafted out of Arkansas. He's a defensive end. I believe it was 2014. Been in the league better part of these 5 or 6 seasons. Not a full-time starter, just a guy's got a hand, 2, 3, 4 sacks a season, making 10, 15, 20, 25 tackles a season, a random fumble here and there. Just do a little bit of everything type guy. Again, not a Pro Bowl level guy, not an all-pro guy, but just by all accounts, a really good guy in the locker room. He's been on a couple different teams. He was on the Bengals, originally drafted by the Jaguars, now playing last season and this season for the Browns. Now, things hit really hard and hit close to home sometimes. And I've been very fortunate in my life. I haven't had to deal with tragedy or death too often. I mean, it happens. I mean, I've had tragedies in my family in the last 2 years. It's happened, but nothing to this effect. And so Chris Smith, just 2.5 months ago, lost his girlfriend. They were on the side of a road. They got out, and unfortunately, Chris Smith's girlfriend was struck by a car, and she was killed. Now, Chris Smith and his girlfriend had just had a baby. It was 4 weeks old, and it was like their first night out as parents. And that's what happens. Now, the Cleveland Browns don't have an obligation to keep him employed for the rest of his life. But to find out that at this point in the season, when the Browns are almost out of contention, they chose this point in the season, and this is the mark they want to leave. As an organization, they decided to release Chris Smith. Now again, if he is just absolutely like the worst football player in the world, you'd almost get it, but I'd still have a problem with it, and I'll tell you why. Do you think that Chris Smith was able to play to the best of his ability after dealing with something like that? He was actually on the field suiting up just days after this tragedy. Now, he's not the worst player on their team. He's not the worst player in the league, and again, that shouldn't matter. This is a guy who's trying to honor his late girlfriend by showing up to work and doing what he thought she would want, and is also a single father now, trying to figure out how to deal with that. Now, sports is sports, and when it's your job, it's your job, but that type of tragedy, 4 weeks after what's the best moment of your life in giving birth to a child, I know, I have children, I know. And I really just want to say, on this episode of Dave Talk Sports Podcast, the Cleveland Browns should be absolutely embarrassed and absolutely ashamed of themselves. And I mean that in the most sincere way possible that I can come out of my mouth. And I hope that someone signs Chris Smith and continues to employ him, because that also means that they're going to help put food on the table for his now 3-month-old who lost their mother. That's all I have for today. please try to enjoy your day and go hug your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, children, parent. Just go hug somebody. Have a good day.